Hello, good evening everyone. And we're continuing on. Meron ba kayong hangover after our You Got This PH for the past 2 days? I hope meron hangover pagod or hangover with all the thoughts, the lessons that we have received for the past 2 days. And I'm here tonight and tomorrow night with two of our Bellas. So we can get to hear parang ano mismo kayo, parang where are you guys at emotionally, physically, psychologically in this pandemic. And then let's just hear from everyone. We want to be able to hear from you guys kasi generally our mission or our mission here in Viviamo is to be able to reach you guys where you are at, like where you are emotionally, physically, and psychologically. So kasi lahat naman talaga tayo, we're really undergoing through a lot of things. So please do share in the chat box where you're watching us from. It's 7 p.m. I know this was a surprise. I think we just announced it yesterday. Hindi ko nga siya nasabi during our closing, but I hope you guys are still watching and I still see people coming in. So thank you guys for joining us this Monday night, and then tomorrow meron pa ulit. And Wednesday, it's gonna be a special 7 p.m. show for us because it's a partnership with Mind Nation. Hindi natin siya ginawa last week. Gagawin natin siya this week. And it's I don't know if we can call it a celebration. But it's event, I guess, the online thing that we're gonna do to create awareness for Suicide Awareness Month. So that's what's gonna happen on Wednesday, and we have like performances for that special night. So ayan. So meron na tayong baka possible na yung jamming virtual jamming session na tayo. So tonight naman, what are we doing tonight? We've invited two of our favorite Bellas, two of our super active Bellas in our community. And we're so grateful to have them. Kasi guys, we feel talaga here in Viviamo that the only reason na nabubuhay kami or nagsusurvive kami in the pandemic, it's really because of you guys, the community who have been supporting us, watching our shows, supporting us in terms of purchases, may discount, walang discount, kahit lang engagement during our shows. It actually makes a big impact to us. It makes us feel na parang, may difference pala yung nagagawa namin. And definitely, this is something that we want to be able to move forward. This is part of the purpose of our company. And ayan, without further ado, kasi we just have an hour and baka madami tong kwento ang ating Bellas for today. And kaso lang I don't have the link. We've posted it, I think, in social media. We can have it shared again. If you guys have your stories that you want to rewrite or have successfully rewritten, please do share it with us kasi we want to be able to feature more Bellas, your personal journeys talaga in our social media pages. And never underestimate the values of stories kasi you never know. 'Di ba? Parang I believe that was with Zara. Kinausap lang siya, pinansin lang siya ng isang flight attendant. Pinansin lang siya, nagbabantay siya sa sari-sari store and then sinabi na, you have a good face. And then parang may kwento lang related to that. And then it sparked the desire inside her to be able to move forward with her life. Imagine, 'di ba, nung time na yon when she was growing up, it's really one meal a day for their family. Na-experience niya yun, yung nagpapasahan ng slippers. But I don't think that she shared that last Saturday. But in previous shows or previous talks that I've heard her, parang yun yung sinabi niya. And I really believe in the value or the power of stories kasi it helps move us towards na parang, possible pala yun. 'Di ba? Parang like even with um, Rochelle Kawasaki Rivera, 'di ba? Yun yung married name niya. Sabi ko, amazing eh. how she was able to manifest her life. And kunikwento talaga niya yan sa akin, nagcha-chat siya minsan, sabi, "Dor, grabe, parang ito yung nangyayari when I write it in the planner." And I'm also as amazed. I don't have any superpower. I don't, I'm not Harry Potter. Walang, wala naman akong napapasok na spell dyan sa BDJ. But if there's any magic in any of our planners, it's really the magic of our intention. Like that we pour our heart, soul, mind talaga in designing the planner with the intention that it will be a tool to help you live your best possible life, to help you design a life for yourself. And we hope that it will really just make an impact in your lives. So, ayan, sorry, ang haba na ng intro ko. Naghintay lang ako ng mga tao. So, without further ado, I will bring in our um, Janus Zate. Tama ba pronunciation ko? Yeah. She is one of the members of she's one of the moderators of the BDJ Plan with me. She's been a super active Bella, and more recently, she's been helping us also in product development. So she's doing it for part time. And here is Janus. Hello, Janus.
Hello.
Ayan.
Hi, how are you guys?
And ayan, I will bring in our second guest for tonight. She's the active moderator of the Bella Tribe. And more recently, di ba, parang we've been chatting about parang our well, sa kanya, multiple businesses. Sa akin, I'm still working on the multiple part. But without further ado, I will bring in Kate Villas. Come on in. Hello, Kate. Ayan. So,
Nakamute ka,
kamustahan
girl.
mo? Oh, oo nga, nakamute ka pala kay Kate. Baka hindi niya tayo narinig. So,
Nakamute ka,
guys,
girl.
hindi niya tayo narinig.
Ayan,
I-check
ayan.
natin. Ayan, ayan na. Okay, ayan. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hello, hello. So, guys, sobrang special natin tonight. Kaya si Kate, kahit nagtatrabaho, pumasok sa kotse para maka-FB live with us. Kaya, here she is. So I hope you guys like enjoy this casual conversations among friends, among Bellas, as we share like our different I guess stories in the pandemic. And ayan, isa-isa muna. Madaming questions na tinabi sa akin eh. So first question, kamustahan muna? Kamusta naman? Sige, Janus muna, then si Kate.
Ako, okay naman. Ano lang, keeping busy. And since si Kiara, my daughter started school na, pati ako, parang grade 1 din ako. Ma-attend ng online class. I think that's the most that kept me busy lately kasi nga, pati yung schedule niya is part of also my schedule. Ganun.
Oo, that's it's really a challenge for all the Bella moms we have out there. The balancing work, and then of course our kids are at home, walang ano na ba, tawag na ba doon, yung live school na pumapasok na talaga sa school. But right now, it's really balancing the schedules ng mga anak natin and our schedules.
Yes.
Okay. Kate, ikaw, kamusta ka naman dyan sa kotse?
Okay naman ako, Dar. Lagi akong on the go. And I'm really happy because lagi rin akong may dala-dalang Beldejour planner anywhere I go talaga.
Max?
Because life is busy.
True.
How was the pandemic for you guys the past 18 months? Can you like briefly share like parang our ups and downs?
Okay. Sa akin, ano naman, I think the biggest struggle for me when this started was nawalan ako ng source of income because, 'di ba, my art needs, parang nagwo-workshop ako, I do events, I sell on during mga, what calls mga art fairs, ganyan. So because the hindi na pwede yon during the pandemic. So I was totally cut off from that opportunity. So I kind of had to find ways to earn online also. Yun. Ikaw, okay.
Ako, ang struggle ko talaga lately is managing my time because a lot of people kind of depend on me. Plus, majority of it all, yung family business pa rin naman namin yung number one ko. Which is right now, I am outside sa tahian namin because walang space sa loob. So, yun yung struggle talaga kasi the fact that you want to build your own, tapos of course because you're in a family business, so definitely you have a responsibility there as well.
Correct, correct. Oo. Parang yun, I know,
I'm worried if you can hear me, guys, to be honest.
we can hear you. Okay, we can hear you. Okay naman siya, Kate. Actually, the challenge also with some family businesses, parang it reminds me kasi talaga parang meron ibang tao. So I have friends na who felt pressure talaga to work in the family business. And then, syempre yung general concern or complaint is that they are unable to start something new. But you have people naman also who don't have any family business na sana may family business na lang para hindi ko na kailangan mag-isip ko ano yung kailangan kong gawin in life, 'di ba? So parang meron ka talagang tug of war na ano, the grass is greener on the other side. So minsan natatawa ako kasi to be honest, to share lang with you guys. Ako ramdam ko 'yon. And just to start off with the stories, like sa akin, meron talaga akong story na, kasi hindi ako mayaman eh. I'm not well connected. So, ang hirap parang to start a business, to do all of these things, di ba? Kasi I can see people who are, yun nga, relatively richer. Parang, ang bilis lang sa kanila mag-start ng business. Parang wala lang, di ba? Ganun. Tapos ako, parang sabi ko, naghihirap ako, nagtatry ako, nagaganyan. Tapos parang sabi ko, so meron talaga akong nafe-feel minsan na ganun. Um, I guess in a way, you could name it as jealousy, but it's a story eh, if you think about it. It's a story that I told myself na kailangan mo maging mayaman to start a business. Kailangan mong madaming pera to start a business. Kailangan mo ng madaming connections to start a business. So, that was really like a story that I carried even until I feel until now, meron pa din siya. Pero hindi na lang siya siguro as strong as before. But, ayun, I can share later ano yung nag-trigger na na-realize ko yon. Pero kayo, ano muna, meron ba kayong pressing stories na lumabas na, I guess, you've realized recently?
Ako, I think, same sa'yo. I think, kasi di ba, we used to talk before na parang, paano ba tayo mag-earn ng ganito, ganyan.
Mm.
When we chat, di ba, labat sa Facebook. And then, ako kasi parang, ganun din. Like, I don't have the, kumbaga, the resources to kind of develop what I want. Parang ganun. Tapos parang laging, sige, pag-iipunan ko muna to para magawa ko siya, parang ganon. And when you approached me at that time na you offered to kind of provide na a way for me to achieve yung part na yun na gusto ko gawin for my work, for my art, for my work. So, kung sasabihin mo wala kang connection, I think ikaw yung connection ko. Ikaw yung connection ko. So, I don't know.
Thank you, thank you. I think si Kate is having just a bit of a challenge in her
Yes.
internet.
Mm.
Okay.
Ayan
Ayan,
na.
Kate,
Ayan, nagbasa.
are you there? Static.
Ayan na. Nagbasa na yung technical difficulty niya.
Oo nga eh. Kanina
Sabi niya
medyo
kanina,
solid eh. Oo, na ano tuloy, ano ba, na
na-jinx.
jinx. Okay, sige. Ako, grabe 'no, parang siguro we can go first. Inunahan ko yung stories natin. Pero yung weekend, which talks that resonate to you the most? Yung whether Saturday or Sunday?
I think kasi yung I used to listen to her, si Karen.
Si
I used to
Karen,
listen to
oo,
her, I used to listen to her nung ano, yung type of, yung when she was still working. So
yeah,
parang ano,
sa radio
medyo
station.
medyo
I'm
na-touch ako
back!
dun sa story niya. Ganun. Eh, parang na-touch
Struggle
lang
is
ako dun sa
real.
story niya na she had to go through that. Na thinking parang 24 hours lang dapat siya nandun. Tapos
Correct,
biglang
correct,
naging 5 years. Parang
correct.
grabe. I can't imagine the kind of thing that she went through. Umabot ng ganong katagal when knowing that she was, not guilty.
Innocent, yeah, oo. Actually, grabe nga rin yun, eh. Parang I felt nga parang nagulat kasi parang when it went into the news, I actually parang kinamusta ko lang sa sister niya kasi medyo her sister is also a Bella, si Jocelyn. So parang but nagulat din ako and then I'm really just happy that she was able to parang survive all these years kasi akala ko nga din makakalabas siya ng mabilis lang. But wala. It's really ano, eh, there are things na, um parang beyond your control 'no, 'di ba? Kasi let's
Mm.
say our justice system, medyo complicated naman talaga yung justice system natin, eh, delayed, eh. Mabagal yung
Super.
justice
Grabe,
system
oo.
natin. So ayun, yun lang. Kate, may story ka ba? Kaya mo na ba magsalita? Wala,
Can you
nafe-freeze
guys
ka
hear
Ayan
and
me?
na.
may static.
Ayan, we can hear
Ayan,
you. We
better.
can hear you.
Pero better yung kanina, yung nag-start
I'll
tayo.
try to go back on a different
Sige, sige, sige. Ayan, nawawala. Sa'kin yung tapos yung relatable pa sa story I think ni Karen was because yun nga, parang she was literally like locked nasa kulungan for 5 years. And then I feel like sabi ko shocks yung parang pinapakinggan ko siya, in the backstage nga sabi ko, it's really still something now na parang na-accept mo na ba Janus na yung pandemic 3 to 4 years or 4 to 5
Hindi pa
years.
rin.
Hindi pa rin.
Parang, oo, parang ano ba yan? Hanggang ngayon ba? Hindi pa rin ba talaga matatapos?
Sabi ko nga. Medyo mahirap i-accept but hindi ko rin alam kasi parang yun talaga ako this year. I think the past few months, doon ako nabuhusan ng tubig na parang, oh my God, oo nga no. Parang historically, pandemics last 4 to 5 years, 3 to 4,
Yes.
5 years. So, um, yun lang yung iniisip ko na parang if it's 4 to 5 years, how do I plan to survive in that 4 to 5 years? Ayan, nandiyan na si Kate.
Okay na?
Kate, okay na,
Yes.
better.
Grabe yung internet sa Pilipinas. Okay. So I
Oo,
was listening in earlier tapos when you ask about like ano ba yung parang isa
story
sa
mo.
story ko,
Mm.
actually sobrang nakarelate ako when they were talking about like yung family, yung business kay Miss Sarah. I was crying. I was crying kasi ramdam ko yung passion niya, ramdam ko yung gusto niyang makatulong sa mga tao kaya she created her business. Andun tayo eh. I had this talk with my mom. I remember this talk mga parang season 2 pa lang ng pandemic. Tapos sabi ko kay mommy, "Ma, kaya ba ng business natin? May mga empleyado tayo. Kaya pa ba natin? Should we let go?" Sabi ng nanay ko, we need to find business. We need to find work para hindi natin i-let go yung mga tao natin. Ayaw niya kasi ang feeling niya kapag ni-let go namin yung mga mananahe, yung mga staff namin, ganyan, saan sila pupunta? Ang hirap maghanap ng trabaho ngayon. So we had to pivot. We really had to, like, nagtatahi kami ng face mask. Imagine, ang bentahan ng face mask magkano lang. So we were making cloth masks. Tapos, syempre, because our business naman, may mga papers kami, nakikipag-bidding kami sa government. Grabe talaga. So that was the struggle. Kasi nandun yung, hindi ako sumasahod, Wala akong sahod. Kasi family business siya.
Correct, correct. It's really a challenge, no? Parang, pag family business, yun din yung mga complain ng mga tao. Parang walang sweldo, walang sweldo. Naka-relate din ako dyan
Oo.
kasi I think the way I ran, I guess, Viviamo was also like that. Kasi parang medyo tipid-tipid. And even for myself. So, I don't get paid like a normal, I don't know, CEO or whatever. So parang hindi rin. I think that was also a challenge for me. I think I realized it a bit too late kasi sa pandemic ko lang siya na-realize na that I haven't been paying myself properly. Um, but wala eh. Right now, it's really tough times eh. So, it is what it is right now. Just really trying to move forward. So, Kate, yung second question naman,
Yeah.
ay sorry, oo. Yung ano naman, yung YG, ay nakwento mo nga yung dalawa, no? But I was like trying to remember. You shared your work, you shared what you mentioned about the YGT. Meron ka bang personal story na parang a story that you want to rewrite? So kami ni Janus kasi medyo same na parang yun nga na parang you can't start a business, you can't start something new kung wala
Mm.
kang pera or you're not as connected. Ikaw?
Ako, I just put myself out there. One of the businesses na I'd like to think na I am thriving in right now is my service. Remember when you approached me? Kasi Bibo kid lang talaga ako, 'di ba? So I was just a Bibo Bella. It started ng YGT
Last
season
year?
Yes.
Ah.
with YGT.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah. So parang what happened with me is, 'di ba? I understand kasi na parang ang worry ng mga tao, wala silang means, wala silang way to do things. Ako ang puhunan ko lang yung internet connection sa bahay. Meron akong sariling cellphone, meron akong malakas na power tool which is Canva, pwede akong mag-design. So, I started with that. I started with the thing that I felt that I was good at, which is connecting to people. Yung nakipag-usap ako, I started conversations, I started reaching out to people. Tapos, ayun, so people parang gravitated towards that type of service na, hey, I want that inside my community, maybe you can join me. Hanggang sa, nakilala ko si Coach Ning because of YGT. Na-strengthen yung
Nice.
relationship namin ni Trixie. Oh. So,
Mm.
ang dami talaga. Sabi ko nga, doon nagsimula yung connection ko naman. Pagkatapos, 'di ba, of course, the family business, nai-integrate ko pa rin sa mga conversations with other people. So, feeling ko it started like that. Naging visible lang ako online. So, because of that, I started charging. Little by little, nandiyan yung ibang tao sa service na ginawa ko, they would have charged like let's say 15,000 pesos for certain services. Ako I was charging 100 pesos
Grabe.
for Oo, promise, like barya. It started like that, swear. Yung buti nga yung iba meron pang bayad, eh, yung iba wala talaga. So, yun talaga yung ano ko, parang yun yung step one. I started just putting myself out there. Sobrang hirap gumawa ng content. So, nag-aral ako. I needed to study. I went to YouTube, I searched for people na expert, I follow their social media. So, dahil wala akong pagkain, wala akong network, wala akong resources, ganun yung ginawa ko. Nag-research ako.
Galing, galing. Is that ano, um, parang siguro my question related to that since we're talking about rewriting stories. Meron ba kayong negative self-talk talaga na parang that has been haunting you for the longest time.
May imposter syndrome ako, Dar. Hindi ko talaga, lagi nilang sinasabi sa akin na ang galing ko daw. I mean, people tell me, uy, ang galing ng ginawa mo, ang ganda ng idea mo, ang ganda ng ganito, ganito. Apparently, ang tawag pala dun sa ginagawa ko na ganun, Dar, consultation na pala yun. Brand consultation, ano na siya, image strategy na siya, mga gano'n. Ang dami na palang terminology in the marketing industry ng gano'ng ginagawa ko.
Mm.
Tapos ako naman, I do it for free. Like, I'd give brand advice for free. Ay parang ang ginagawa ko, chine-check up ko yung mga brands, tapos sinasabi ko sa kanila what they can do better, et cetera, et cetera. All those, I don't charge. Kasi akala ko nakikipagkwentuhan lang ako. So, ganyan talaga, Dar. Kaya the biggest challenge for me was, how do I price myself? Paano ka magpepresyo? Kasi there is no, like, wala talagang standard pricing for services.
Correct,
Wala.
correct. Wala talaga. Mm.
Let's say, for example, logo design. Mag-design ka ng logo. May mga tao, they get paid 30,000, 15,000. Sa recto, 10 pesos, 50 pesos, 100 pesos. Ganon. 'Di ba? So how do you
Mm.
compete with that kind of market? Dun ko nalaman talaga yung mga secret to it all. Pero I still had that imposter syndrome na feeling ko bagito pa rin ako lagi. Feeling ko mababa lang ako lagi dapat mag-charge. Tapos nandiyan pa yung Pinay ka kasi. 'Pag Filipino kasi, they would say na, "Oh, 'di ba sa Philippines mura lang yung ganyan? Oh, ganyan." 'Di ba? Ibang bansa, you get paid, let's say, a client would pay you $100. Pero 'pag Pinay ang kukunin nila, 'pag Pinoy ang kukunin nila, babayaran lang nila yon ng ₱1,000. Gano'n. Minsan nga 500, 300. So,
Mm.
nandun naman yung ano ko, that is the struggle of my story talaga.
Okay. How about you, Janos?
Ako,
Anything
yes.
negative self-talk that you've been telling yourself?
I think mine, ano pa, nag-resonate pa siya matagal na matagal na. So, mine was uh, one in particular, which is keep your head down. It started kasi I think when my family was living abroad. And we were at this mall, and I was like eating, running around, with no care in the world. And I ran across this white space dun sa mall na parang I had to, may tatapon lang akong basura. May hawak akong basura, itatapon ko lang siya. So I ran across the white space of that mall, and a local, kasi I'm in a different country, I'm the foreigner. So I was sitting, this local was sitting beside this garbage can that I was going to throw it. Tapos, bigla-bigla na lang ako suddenly ginab. And then, that person suddenly put his face on my shoulder and then kissed me all the way to my neck. I was about
Wow, grabe.
eight, 8 or 10 years old. Mga
8
ganun, 8 or
years.
9. Ganun.
Wow,
Yes.
sobrang bata. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So,
I'm so
ayan.
sorry.
So, parang, it's okay. Back then, parang after that incident, I was like, I moved on after it. Parang sabi ko, okay lang ako. I didn't know that there was something that kind of had an effect on me. And then parang iisip ko na kasi that time, parang mahihain lang naman talaga ako. Hindi ko na-realize that because of that incident, I started putting my head down. I didn't want eye contact. I didn't want to talk to anybody na in a way that it might grab somebody's attention. And then, syempre parang yung case nun, hindi lang naman yun yung mag-fuel sa'yo all throughout the years. So, it's not just that particular harassment or whatever. Meron mga um, things that happen along the way na hindi naman ganun grabe, but it kind of fuels that those words that keep your head down. And then, hanggang sa nag-build siya, nag-build, and then, I guess, I kind of just wanted to blend into the background. it took me years to kind of figure out na
Mhm.
um like it's not it's not my fault and um kumbaga grabbing somebody's attention
Yes.
doesn't have to trigger something like that. Parang ganon. And I think one more thing is kasi yung meron tayong mga victim shaming. Like, ikaw kasi, ganyan yan, di ba? Or, dapat hindi ka
Mm.
pumunta sa ganito, dapat hindi ka
Oo.
magsuot ng ganyan, mga ganon. So, I think, yun yung medyo matagal kong inabsorb for myself. Pero, after that, I guess, when I kind of grew up more and you felt na, yes, I'm okay now. Tatanong si Rosh, I'm okay now. I, although parang kumbaga, I got out of that shell at very late in my time. Parang mga college na ako, ganyan. Um, the thing that triggered it to kind of stop was, uh, I was in medyo in a relationship na medyo feeling ko natutok. Like, may kaaway, ganyan. And I became a pushover eh. Kumbaga parang, kung ano yung sabihin mo, gagawin ko. Kung ano yung, if you don't agree with me, tatahimik na lang ako. So, I think that was when medyo nagising ako na I've had enough. I think this time around, it doesn't matter kung I grab somebody's attention or uh, what do you call this? Parang, what was I saying? No, I thought yung train of thought ko. Ganon, na parang, it doesn't necessarily mean grabbing attention
It
means
doesn't
something
matter.
negative. Uh-uh.
Yeah.
And you have every right to kind of hold your head up high. Ayun. So, yeah.
Gusto kong yakapin si Janus now na.
Oo.
It's never our fault, okay? It's never the victim's fault. Hindi dahil sa damit mo yan, hindi dahil sa malakas ang sex appeal mo, kaya
Grabe.
no, it's not our fault.
Oo. Grabe 'no? Ayan. Oh, hinug na siya. Yeah, grabe. Yeah, I remember nga talaga na parang it's really ano 'no, grabe yung impact na for that incident tapos parang suddenly you're not comfortable na a lot of pretty girls like you, Janos, yun yung naging ano na naging 'pag masyadong maganda, 'di ba, nagiging negative thing siya na parang bakit naman siya kailangan maging negative thing na parang I remember yung post mo nga, yung first part yun ng post mo 'no,
Yeah.
na yung masyado kang papansin.
Yes. So, sana
Ito
ako
pala
papansin.
yung backstory. Masyado kang papansin.
Oo.
Um, I don't know. And it's ano, I really feel that's so sexist because yun nga, especially in this kind of context. Kasi hindi naman sinasabi yun sa mga lalaki.
Yes, yes.
'Di ba? Narinig niyo ba yun na ever sinabi to a guy? Parang, yeah, you're right eh. It's really just being told to girls
Yeah.
and parang to women and it's very unfortunate nga na but I guess part of us rewriting our story is recognizing that that fact or that incident does not really define us, 'di ba? So, with you, Janus, and then with you, Kate, ano yung naging turning point? I know you guys mentioned it a bit, pero can you tell us a bit more na what triggered na parang with Janus you shared about your toxic ex. Kay Kate, ano naman yung super turning point mo and parang parang kumbaga paano ka nagising? Paano ka namulat? Namulat.
It's actually a funny story. I'm not sure if you've heard it already bilang makwento naman ako. Pero feeling ko na-mention ko na to before. But it was that moment na parang, kasi I was, parang, I was so frustrated kasi I was so broke. As in, wala akong pera. And I was frustrated because my family has a business. graduate ako ng college. Pero wala akong pera. This worst pa is may utang ako. So, ito na yung turning point. At that time, nung moment na yun, bigla akong nagkaroon, like, ng monthly visit ko. Because I was so frustrated with myself because I could not buy a napkin. I couldn't. Kasi
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
ganon siya ka-low. Tapos awang-awang-awa ako sa sarili ko. Tapos, eto na ngayon, siguro parang 2 days after that, nanalo ako ng menstrual cup online.
Ang galing.
It was from a brand na based sa US. Pero kasi they were doing a campaign here in the Philippines. So ako naman, patola ako sa mga challenge, sa mga giveaway online, yung mga share this, comment your story, baka manalo ka ng ganito. Patola ako sa lahat ng ganon. So pumatol ako. Tapos nanalo ako. Imagine, 4 years ko na siyang gamit ngayon. Yung
Amazing.
Ang galing.
story ko talaga. Every time I go back to that part of my life, naawang-awa ako sa sarili ko na I couldn't even buy myself that. Sabi ko, ayoko nang bumalik doon sa ganun kababa yun yung lowest point ko para sa akin. Na graduate ka, nagkaroon ka ng trabaho, nakahanap ka ng mga racket, pero wala kang pambili ng sarili mong pads. Yun yung ano ko So parang turning point talaga siya ng buhay ko na hindi ko na hinahayaan yung sarili ko na bumagsak ng sobra. So even though kasi we're into retail therapy, pag malungkot tayo, kain tayo. Pag malungkot tayo, check out tayo sa Shopee. So,
Add to cart.
check out. Alam mo yung blind
Check out. Hindi lang pala add to cart. Check out pala. Check out.
check out ako Yun yung ano ko Yun talaga.
Okay.
So parang yun yung ano ko, yun talaga yung point ko na parang that's the story I always go back to. That's the story na parang lagi kong nire-remind yung sarili ko na gusto mo bang bumalik dun sa ganong feeling? Tandaan mo yung feeling na yun and use that feeling to fuel you. Mababaw siya, oo. Pero if you will really do dig deep sa reasoning, sa instance na yun, iba talaga siya for me Yung naging wake up call nun para sa akin talaga was iba. Iba yung naramdaman ko. So, ayun. So, hindi na ako nagpa-pads. Ilang taon na akong padless.
Congratulations.
At the same time, brand ambassador na rin ako.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Oh,
Galing.
sige. Gusto mo bang i-share? Brand ambassador ka. Ano ba yan? Menstrual cup.
Pixie cup.
Ano yung name? Sorry.
Pixie cup.
Pixie cup.
Pixie
Pixie cup.
cup. Okay,
Pixie
okay.
cup.
Pixie cup. Okay. Naputol
Yun
ng
siya.
konti. Nice.
Tapos gusto ko kasi talaga
Congratulations.
siya kasi set siya. Ang gusto ko sa kanya kasi meron siyang steamer na kasama. Yung kung paano mo i-clean, ganyan.
Complete na.
Oo, pero
Okay,
yun lang
okay.
talaga betas. Feeling ko talaga, if I didn't journal, if I didn't really write everything down, siguro hindi ko marirealize yung mga bagay-bagay. Para kasi it doesn't feel real kapag hindi ko siya nakikita. Yun yung para sa akin talaga. Pag hindi ko siya naisulat, pag hindi ko siya nakikita, it doesn't feel real for me. So yun, I do hope na you find your story, you find your core story that will propel you to the next level of your life.
Nice. Ikaw naman, Janus. Ano do you wanna
Ako
share
naman.
about that? In more
I
detail
think,
kasi nag-share ka ng konti.
well, yung sa akin kasi, yun nga, I said it happened parang later in life na parang college na ako. So, di ba, mahilig ako magbasa. I love to read. So, I've been reading a lot of fictional books then, and a lot of the characters that rose up against their adversaries, parang they've been inspiring me, parang ganon. And then I've been collecting quotes from the books and stuff. And then while reading through them one day, yun nga, parang it finally hit me na parang I haven't had control over how I hold myself. And yun nga, I let people walk all over me. I follow blindly just so I wouldn't catch any negative attention. And then in the end, even if I kept my head down, ganun pa rin naman yung end result. There's still something that happens na it's not,
Na
na hindi,
negative.
yes, negative pa rin. And then, that was also the time na parang, yun nga, I was in a relationship that I felt that's really toxic, and I haven't spoken out about how I felt kasi ayoko mag-away kami kasi lagi kami nag-aaway. Parang ano. And then, ayun, parang um, the books kind of just fueled that part in me that I was unhappy. I wanted a life that was solely my choices na. And ayun na, parang I just started to kind of hold my head up high, and kahit ba ano bang sabihin pa nila, at least ako masaya ako. I chose something that would make me happy and not somebody else.
Correct, correct. Ganda, nice. It reminds me of this, I think I've shared it with the Bella tribe before, like a quote, diba? Yung parang how you pull an arrow, it pulls you back. You have to pull back before mag-fly. Kasi parang what I see, what's in common with all our stories is meron ka talagang bottom na parang bumagsak ka sa napaka-low point. Kasi 'di ba yun din part ng story ko of why I started BTJ. It's really the lowest point in my life. Na parang feeling mo wala ka ng pag-asa, feeling mo parang nasira talaga yung future mo or parang meron ka lang talagang hala, ito na ba talaga to? Is this it? Is this what I want the rest of my life to be? 'Di ba? Tapos parang because you've reached that lowest point and parang siguro yung self-awareness na parang if you don't do anything, this will be my forever.
Yeah.
Yun. Nakaka-wake up call talaga siya. It reminds me actually of I don't know if you guys kasi hindi pa siya gano'n kakilala here, but you guys know naman 'di ba nagma-Mind Valley tayo. And sometimes I
Yes.
share Mind Valley stuff. So this is Ezekiel, he was a former COO of Mind Valley. He's Filipino. And parang so I met him a couple of years ago and we've been parang keeping in touch across the years. And then yun talaga yung sinasabi niya sometimes, 'di ba in BDJ Viviamo, we talk about your dream board. Like we talk about this best possible future self for you, right? Yung sinasabi niya in his coaching, what he does naman, you imagine your worst possible hell. So yung opposite.
Mm-mm.
Kasi sabi niya, parang if you imagine your worst possible hell, and then makikita mo with your present right now and how close you are to that hell, you'll probably do something to change kaagad, right? Kasi parang ang lapit eh. Di ba? Versus, ngayon, and then your best possible future that feels so, so far away. Right? So,
Yeah.
flipping the switch lang. Sabi ko, shocks no, ang powerful nun. 'Di ba? Parang may impact din siya, na parang sabi ko, oo,
Yes.
possible din yun, na parang, oo, that what if we flip the switch kasi, um, siyempre dito madami this is controversial, meaning controversial in such a way like people will always have different viewpoints. So
Yes.
what we're sharing guys is whichever lang mag-resonate sa inyo and maka-empower sa inyo. So
Yeah.
it becomes this empowering pag lalo ka napaparalyze in fear. Pero pag helps you move or take action no matter how small the steps. That's my definition of empowerment. Basta conscious action na, hindi yung sige na nga gagawin ko na 'to, nadadala lang ako, 'di ba? Iba 'yun, iba 'yun. So dapat parang okay sige, I make a commitment. I own this choice that I'm making this decision to move forward. So I thought that was like very interesting. So I don't know if this helps you guys or it helps people watching us today na if you want to envision your again worst possible hell and then how close you are right now to that. So if you don't do anything, pababa ka ng pababa to
Yeah.
your, I mean, gets closer to your hell or yun nga, no, I need to get out of this. Na this is not what life is all about. This is not what I want my life to be all about, right? So, ayun, yun lang.
Actually,
Napadagdag ako ng share.
na-curious
Go.
ako sa sinabi mo na yan kasi ang lakas niya maka-reverse psychology. Alam mo yun?
Sobra. Sobra.
Which is, sa akin naman, personally, that doesn't work for me. Yung negative. Like, if you take it on
Oo.
negative part, di sa akin pwede. Kasi I remember my mom, constantly, she would always do that to me. Reverse psychology siya lagi. Kaya ka walang
Negative yung unahin mo.
siya ganun siya. Kaya wala kang boyfriend kasi ang taba-taba mo. Kaya hindi ka naliligawan, hindi ka napapansin. Magpapayat ka kasi. O, wala magde-date sa'yo sa prom. Di ka nila i-ask out kasi nga ang taba-taba mo. She thought, the more nasasabihan niya ako ng ganun, magpapapayat ako. Eh, hindi ako ganun. Mas lalo pa ako
Ay,
mawinis. Eh, di kain ako lang ng kain. Which is, ang nangyari tuloy sa akin, it took a toll on my mental health. Na
yes,
parang
I'm sure.
sobrang daming negativity yung finifeed sa'yo verbally. So,
Mm-mm.
kaya ako nag-struggle. Kasi dumating sa point na parang I wasn't sure if that narrative is right for me. Ibig sabihin,
Correct.
wait,
Correct.
reality na ba to? O
Oo.
sinasabi lang? Yung ganon.
Oo.
I
I think
guess,
it needs it depends talaga. I think if ever na
mm-mm.
parang it needs to be a story or parang it needs to be something that comes from you. Cannot be coming from any
Other people,
per
yeah.
other person. Hindi talaga pwede. Tapos I'm sure, Kate, mas masakit yun kasi mommy eh.
Yeah.
I know that. May ano yan eh. May impact. Yun.
Yeah.
I
But,
think, I mean, honestly, it's for good intentions, right? It's
of
just that
course,
their execution or how our parents would do it, parang minsan, hindi
at
lang
saka,
talaga nila na iisip.
it's really the
They don't know
generation.
any better. Yeah.
Kasi
The
yung panahon nila
generation.
yung panahon nila kapag ginaganon ka, they'll prove you wrong.
Correct,
'Diba?
correct.
And
Oo.
some people are saying, ang generation natin ngayon, kami, yung mga millennials ngayon, mga madamdamin daw kami. Diba?
Mm-mm.
Pero I really think talaga it all boils down to what works for you. You
What
need to
works for you.
understand.
Definitely.
You need to know yourself muna.
Correct,
Kaya
correct.
ako, when I found out that reverse psychology does not work for me and it's not good for my mental health, I told my mom about it. You know
That's
what?
good.
She supported me. Alam mo ang ginawa niya nung sinabi ko sa kanya yon na hindi sa akin effective yan. Ang ginawa niya is, binibilhan niya ako na ng mga healthy food. Hindi niya na ako sinasabihan ng ganito, ganyan. She would support me with
Galing.
the kind of food that I need to eat. Ganon
Nice.
siya. So, you need to know kasi talaga. Kasi nga, diba, like, let's say,
Correct,
for
correct. I
example, love
agree.
languages. Iba yung love language mo. Iba yung love language ng ibang tao. Iba yung gusto mong ma-receive na love language. So, if you will not be vocal about it, kagaya mom
You
ko,
won't get what you need.
yes,
Correct.
si mommy, yung love language kasi niya is giving. Ako naman, ang love language ko, touch. So, ang gusto ko ma-receive, touch. So, siya, ang ginagawa niya, give siya ng give.
Gifts.
Ako naging retail therapist. Char. Kaya kapag ano, bili lang ako ng pili. Kasi
Kaya hawakan.
sabi ko, yung dapat
Nag-gets
kong
ko yun.
gawin. So, ganun talaga. You need to figure it out on your own. What works for
Correct,
you.
correct.
San ka mas magiging komportable.
Mm-mm. Sobrang I can resonate with that kasi ano talaga eh, I really believe na parang the things that we get in our lives, like whatever we need, parang we have to take responsibility for it. So minsan may mga needs tayo na kung yun nga, whether it's for loving attention, time with loved ones, any of these things that we need, parang even the affirmation, 'di ba, words of affirmation, that's part of it eh. Na
Yes.
sometimes you need it. Eh, hindi siya natural sa mga ibang tao. So, paano yon? So, unless you know what you need, you know parang what makes you, affirms you, whether in different ways, diba? It, and unless you know it, then you need to communicate it. Otherwise, parang huhulaan ng mga loved ones mo kung paano nila ikaw aalagaan, which is of course not as fair also.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Relatable
also
yan.
like,
Lalo na yung kapag ano,
mm-mm,
sorry.
sorry.
Go,
Kapag
go,
ano,
go.
yung ano mo, I don't know kung medyo marami magagalit sa akin girls na to yung we girls, kasi gawain natin, di ba? Pag nagalit ka, kailangan mahulaan ng asawa mo kung bakit ka galit. Di
Yes.
ba? Gawain ko yun noon. I used to do that before. Eh, syempre, men naman kasi don't function the way we do. So, sa kanila, without you saying anything, hindi naman talaga nila mapifigure out what happened, why are you angry, what's wrong, unless you say it. So, whenever I used to parang get angry sa husband ko na parang, hindi na ako tinutulungan na to, pagod na ako, ganyan, ganyan. Eh, hindi ko naman sinasabi sa kanya. So, how will he figure it out? So, once I started na parang, can you do this for me? Kasi I still have to do something else, ganyan. And that's when we kind of established na I do need help and you have to say it para maramdaman nila na you really do. Kasi in a way, parang the way we function, parang we kind of can do it all. Parang meron tayong ganong persona, parang,
Correct.
oh,
Oo.
di ba? You can do it all, ganyan. But you don't have to. You can ask for help, di ba? You know?
Yeah,
So,
actually
yun.
lagi kong sinasabi, tayong mga babae, we aspire to be strong, independent women. Pero lagi kong sinasabi din, yes, I am a strong, independent woman who needs hugs too. Kailangan din natin yun. Okay? Softy din tayo deep inside.
Mm. I think parang napaka-important talaga that ano um I think that's also a story that we tell ourselves na we need to be strong and independent, and that means not asking for help, and
Yeah.
that if you're a successful, empowered woman, you don't need anyone, 'di ba? Or parang 'di ba, or even another story that I'm hearing, which is I'm able to relate to this din from before din, na if you truly love me, you will understand, or you will know what I need. 'Di ba? That's another story. That's
So,
another story.
kailangan
Oo.
talaga yung mga
Kaya kung
assistant
hindi mo nababasa yung mind ko, hindi mo talaga ako mahal. Parang gano'n. 'Di ba? Baka yun, I think that's a story And I think it's a very real. Kasi parang eventually later on, so parang graduate na ako sa story na yon. Tapos pero naalala ko parang minsan nag-aaway yung one of, parang may helper kami, tapos merong yung isa na stay out. So yung yaya parang nasabi niya talaga yung na parang nag-aaway sila, tapos parang sabi ko, parang sinabi ng isa, "Bakit ka ba nagagalit sa akin?" Tapos, alam mo na yun." Parang in my head, sabi ko, "Wait, paano kung hindi niya alam?" Kung hindi niya talaga alam. As in, parang sabi ko, oo. So sabi ko parang, it's really, sometimes, no, there's that expectation na kahit na gusto lang natin na nagigets ng ibang tao, but parang the reality is, technically, no one can really read your mind, 'di ba? They can guess, 'di ba? Pero alam mo, yun yung natuwa ako sa husband ko when we were dating. Nung start, parang he was offering to pick me up. Sobrang medyo independent nga ako, 'di ba? Na parang, "Oh, I'll just meet you wherever," yung mga ganyan-ganyan. So parang sabi niya, "No, no, I'll pick you up, tapos I'll bring you home or whatever," ganyan. Sabi ko, okay, sige, sige." Pero yung may sinabi siya that I appreciated. Kasi sabi niya, "Every time I can, at I will do it, pero don't expect all the time. Kasi baka hindi ko naman talaga kaya every time." Nung sinabi niya yun, parang medyo nagising din ako, kasi parang feeling ko din, in the past relationships, after one, parang expect mo forever, di ba, gagawin. Tapos, but dahil sinabi niya yun, parang, okay, sige, hindi na nga ako tama naman, fair naman, di ba? So, wala lang, natuwa lang din ako doon na, communication talaga, understanding what we want, not being ashamed of what we want. Kasi minsan yun eh, na we don't wanna say it, but we want it. And because we're ashamed, hindi natin sasabihin, tapos maiinis tayo na hindi mahuhulaan. 'Di ba? Parang may shame na parang, bakit hindi naman masama to want something or
Yeah.
to desire parang this kind of life or this kind of person, this kind of relationship. Parang there's nothing bad about it. Sometimes lang tayo, I will connect it to Kate's ano, kasi ako din, yung unworthiness issues in terms of charging. So parang because of parang unworthiness, self-worth issues, we don't want to ask for the things that we want or parang we feel that we don't deserve. 'Di ba? Parang that's a story eh na bakit deserve parang hindi ko naman deserve 'yan eh. That's another story eh. Kaya mo nafi-feel,
Oo.
'di ba, Kate?
Yes, actually. Kasi nga, 'di ba, you would tend to compare yourself with others. Nandiyan yung makakakita ka na mas magaling kasi sa'yo, tapos sasabihin mo hindi ka pa ganong level, yung mga ganon.
Level.
So it's really, alam nyo, it really all boils down to what story do you wanna tell? Ano ba yung part na yon ng ikaw na gusto mong pangatawanan? And I believe talaga, aabot sa point ng life mo talaga yung maturity na yon. Kasi ako, if I talk to my 10, yung, if I talk to myself, yung 10 years ago ko na self, I'd be very proud of who I am now. Kasi if I would compare the things that I've done before and I continuously do ngayon, pero doing it better than before, talagang masasabi ko sa sarili ko na nag-level up ako. Before, kapag tinanong mo ko, kapag kunwari ililibre mo ako, Dar, nasasabihin mo sa akin, pili ka kahit ano, lilibre kita. Pipiliin ko yung pinakamura kasi mahirap
Pinamura.
libre.
Same.
Ganon ako.
I think ano, inano ata yun ng parents natin sa atin, brainwash tayo.
Feeling ko kasi talaga, malaking part talaga yung culture natin dito sa Pilipinas. Mababa ang EQ natin. Kasi people pleaser tayo.
Oo,
Pero it comes with, kasi kinolonize tayo eh. Alam mo
correct.
yun,
Ilang beses tayo kinolonize.
ilang beses tayong, hindi ko masabi yung term, char, ilang beses natin ginawa yun na pinagpalit-palit tayo. So, andyan yung
Oo.
ipiplease natin yung isang government atos isa pang government. Kasi sila
Mm,
yung nakaharap sa atin ngayon. And we're
mm,
afraid. We're afraid for our lives. We're afraid for our children, for our future. So, ang gagawin natin, susunod na lang tayo sa gusto nila. O kaya kung anong pwede sa kanila. O kaya kung anong justifiable sa kanila. So ako
correct.
ngayon, kapag nasa Starbucks at tinanong mo ako kung anong gusto ko, sasabihin ko talaga kung anong gusto ko regardless kung anong presyo niya. Ganun na ako.
Congratulations.
Yes, guys, sabihin ko na rin lang, bilang nandun na tayo sa usapang presyo, ang pangarap ko talaga is dumating ako sa level of financial freedom. Kapag kakain ako sa labas, hindi muna ako titingin sa presyo bago ko pumili kung anong kakainin ko. Yun talaga yung isa sa mga telltales ko, kumbaga, na kapag nagawa ko na to, ibig sabihin, okay na ako. Yung kakain ka ngayon ng fancy na food, whatever, pero hindi ka mag-worry kung bukas kung makakakain ka pa ulit. Yung gano'n.
Correct, correct.
Ano
Yeah,
ko talaga, kasi sobrang daming stories to tell, sobrang daming stories to rewrite, pero know that you can always do it. Pwede mong i-rewrite ng i-rewrite ang story mo hanggang doon na siya sa chapter na gusto mo. Doon na siya
correct.
sa level,
Agree, agree. Super agree.
'di ba? Sabi
Definitely.
ko nga, it's okay to begin again, again.
Again and again.
And
And again, and again, and again.
Oo, oo. Tama, tama. Actually, meron pala isang important question na syempre hindi ko natanong kasi nadala na ako sa conversation natin. Parang in terms of your journeys of the different rewriting of stories, parang did journaling play a part in that role? I mean, in that journey, and paulit-ulit ng journey, did journaling play a role in that? And then, parang, and how? Who wants to go? Janice
Ah,
naman.
sige ako. Ako, Aminin ko, when I started my journaling, binili ko lang siya kasi nagandaan ako doon sa itsura niya. Yung mga impulse buy mo na, ay, ang cute. Gagamitin mo ba? Hindi mo alam. Pero ang cute niya lang. So, binilig ko siya. Ganon. Ganon ako mo. Ayun. So,
Okay lang.
to start off, wala talaga siyang purpose sa akin. But, syempre, ando na rin yung part na medyo kuripot na parang, ano ba naman yan, pinili ko, hindi ko naman ginamit. So, my journaling started na yung mga quotes from the books that I've been reading that I mentioned before, di ba? Na parang meron ako mga collection ng quotes that kind of triggered me to rewrite my story. Ayun nga. Sinusulat ko siya sa journal. Sinusulat ko lang. And then parang semi-book review, kind of just what I learned from and what that quote will resonate with me. Ganun. Until it kind of evolved into me discovering my art na I found my niche, I found my style through those journals. So I think that kind of also rewrote my story ng on its own without me finding na parang uh, it it did something for my career na hindi ko inexpect na mangyayari. So it also kasi nga I started that when I journal, pinost ko lang siya on Instagram and then parang wala lang naman, pinost ko lang, trip ko lang, ganyan. And then people started offering, oh, do you do workshops? Do you want to do a talk? Parang gano'n, or show us what you do. And that kind of fueled the
Oh,
desire na uh,
yeah.
I can kind of go out there na no longer blend in. Parang gano'n.
Ang ganda naman ng
So,
Nice,
story,
there.
nice.
standing out na, di na blending in.
Yes, yes. Ikaw naman, Kate. I think you
Ako
mentioned
for,
a bit earlier
yeah,
about journaling.
naging heavy journaler ako ulit because of YGT. Parang I fell back in love. Yung history ko kasi of being a writer dates back to like my childhood pa talaga. Di ako artist, di ako marunong mag-drawing, di ako marunong, as in talagang bagsak yung skills ko sa ganun. The best thing that I can do is mag-color ng hindi lagpas-lagpas. At saka proud ako sa sarili ko na maganda talaga yung handwriting ko. Like penmanship ko talaga maganda. Kasi hindi ako nagbubura eh. Pag may bura, ulitin ko ulit. Ganun ako.
Kahit gaano kalaki.
Kahit nasa dulo na ako nung page, promise, uulitin ko ulit. Kaya yung mga classmates ko before, pinapaserox nila ang mga reviewer ko. Ganon, ganong level.
Mukhang print out. Mukhang tinype.
Mukhang type. So, yung akin kasi, kagaya nga ng mention ko kanina, if hindi siya nakasulat for me, it doesn't feel real. Ganon talaga siya. Tapos because of YGT, because of everything na parang, totoo talaga siya. I mean, walang etchos sa pag-share nito. Because of the the lessons that I've learned because of joining the community that we have, naraman ko kung gaano ka-powerful yung tool na journal. Ngayon, alam mo ba, dahil nainggit ako kay Janus, ang galing-galing niya mag-layering, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos talagang pinapanood ko, pati si Mitch, ang cute na mga ano niya, videos niya. So ako, nakikigano na rin ako ngayon. Oh, may mga
Ganda
pa-layer.
na mag-ipon.
Dati kasi ang journal para sa akin is listahan lang talaga. Like, listahan lang.
Mm-mm.
So, hindi ko siya dinedecoratean, hindi ko ginagawa yung anything na ganun. Pero na-realize ko, I could rewrite that story as well. So, ngayon, pag maganda ang itsura ng journal ko, talagang sobrang saya ko.
Ah, cute! No, di
So
ba? Si
you
Darden.
recognize it. That's one of the papers eh. Yung may
Talaga siya.
flower.
Ah,
Layering.
So, parang ang nangyari sa akin, Dar, dahil sa nagsimula ako na talagang i-empower yung sarili ko through journaling. Iba talaga. And feeling ko yung moment recently lang, July ako nag-start to be more intentional in journaling.
Mhm.
Talagang ngayon, before kasi hindi ako nagsusulat ng finances ko. Like money come and go to me. never ako nag-record. Never ako nag-record ng expenses, never ako nag-record ng income. Wala akong mga ganon. Wala akong savings. As in, financially illiterate ako. Sobrang saya ko na lang talaga kasi sa YGT, maraming mga segments talking about financial stuff and all. Tapos ang saya-saya ko, Dar, kasi nag-start lang ako ng July lang talaga nitong taon na to na sinulat ko. So ginamit ko tong EIP ko to record my what money comes in sa life ko.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, na-shock ako, Dar. Umabot ako pa.
Yaman mo pala.
Yaman ko pala. Joke. Pero kaka-Shopee ko,
Nawala.
Nawala.
kaka-Shopee ko, ang bilis pala. Doon pala napupunta. So doon pala
Oo,
yung nakita.
correct.
I was able to understand my story because I used my journal. I used my tool eh. Ginamit ko siya. Kasi kung di mo talaga siya gagamitin,
Oo.
wala talagang mangyayari. Totoo talaga yung first lesson na
Correct, correct.
BP. The most effective, productive, powerful journal is the journal that you use. Yung
Yes,
ginagamit
correct.
mo, yun
Yung
talaga.
ginagamit mo, yun lang. Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Kasi, I mean, I appreciate all the different kinds of journal of BDJ. Kasi iba-iba talaga yung features niya. Yung sa
Correct.
Belgizer talaga, nandyan yung may period tracker pa. Yung may mga ganon, may mga mood tracker pa, what not. Tapos meron naman tayo yung mga medyo more on sa, para sa mga minimalist people, na gusto nila ng mga spaces and all. So, you have to really maximize your journal kung paano mo siya gustong gamitin. Ako ngayon, ganun ang ginagawa ko. Inintindi
Correct.
ko siya. Dar, it took me what? Ilan yung journals na nabili ko from You Got This PH last year? My God, Dar,
Hindi ko
ang hindi ko
alam. Hindi ko alam. Lahat.
leather, Dar, leather lang ang wala ako. As in, lahat talaga. I made it a point to buy one kasi may FOMO talaga at that time. Pero, na-realize ko nga, sobrang guilty ko kasi yung Navi ko, I intended my Navi for my travel. Pero hindi ko naka-travel, Dar. So, walang laman si Navi.
Correct,
Tapos,
correct.
na-realize ko, dun sa YGT natin last weekend, oo nga, no, pwede akong mag-travel kahit nandito lang ako sa bahay. Pwede ko
Correct.
siyang
Yes.
gamitin. Yung Navi ko, babalikan ko kasi ilalagay ko na doon kung ano yung gusto kong puntahan. And that doesn't mean
Yes.
na kailangan agad-agad ko mapuntahan yun. Hindi naman,
Correct, correct.
porket nilagay ko doon sa Navi ko na pupunta ako sa Paris, this year dapat makapunta ako sa Paris.
Correct,
And hindi
correct.
ako makapunta this year, ibig sabihin failure na siya. No. Hindi siya failure just because hindi siya instant gratification. So, yun lang talaga. Ang dami ko natutunan talaga sa community natin, especially nung nag-live folio tayo, Dar. Yung live folio na yun, ibang klaseng, oh my gosh talaga, Dar. Nagkatotoo, Dar, yung nilagay ko doon, di ba,
Bakit testimonial nga yun?
Dar, di ba,
Magulat.
Magla-live folio pa ako sa November.
sabi ko
And
talaga noon, gusto ko talaga ng crafting area, crafting table, ganyan. Dar! Ang ganda na ng table ko. Proud lang ako. At saka kasi Dar, mahal siya. Pero ang bait ng tatay ko,
congratulations.
yung gawa. Talagang, as in talaga,
Congratulations.
super proud. So, dahil yun sa live folio, kasi if you don't see it, you don't believe it, you don't
Yes.
feel like it will happen. Iba yung
Correct.
manifestation talaga.
You really have to have I agree, kailangan mo talaga siya makita. So, in the meantime, kung nahihirapan kayo mag-imagine, write it down.
Yes.
Yun yung mas madali. Mas madali, and then slowly you try to build up like images. When we did in the live folio, we added like images, diba, that we
Peg.
wanted, and even pegs and energy, kasi diba minsan yung mga pictures may energy kung happy ba, negative ba, diba,
Yes.
kasi minsan yun yung gusto mong i-absorb kasi yun talaga yung bigger thing that you want to get. Ayan, sorry, medyo nag-overtime tayo. Pwede pa ako mag-last question. Final
Yeah,
words na lang of
go.
inspiration for our Bellas and everyone watching us today in terms of rewriting your story.
Go, Janus.
Okay.
Miss Universe question.
Thank you for that wonderful question. Charot. Ayun. Ako kasi parang, I do believe na parang, o di ba yung sagot ko talaga sa umpisa, I do believe. Hindi. Yeah. I feel like we all go through hardships naman in life. I think yung YGP that happened this weekend kind of showed us that we really do have our own kinds of struggles, ganyan. And it can either that we can either let it break you or diba, break us or make us. And at some point, if it does break you, okay lang. Kasi diba, I posted this yesterday na it's a quote by an author. Her name is Candice Wright, and she said, "We're all a little broken. The beauty is you no longer have to fit the mold that you were once restricted by, and you get to rebuild yourself into whoever you want to be." So, yeah. So I
Yes.
think those are just my
Ganda.
parting words.
Ayan, syempre kinuha ko yung cellphone ko para meron din akong coding para sa quotable quotes na sasabihin ko.
Na-pressure eh.
Nag ako dun sa ano, sa Miss Universe na lines ni Janus. So, ang takeaway, ang masasabi ko siguro talaga sa atin mga Bellas, especially, alam ko na nasa iba't ibang point tayo ng life natin right now. Some of us are still students. Some of us are struggling because they're students. Some of us are struggling because they want to be students and yet they have to work na. Iba-iba. Some are mothers, some are single, some are married, 'di ba? So, in any part of your life, kahit nasang part ka man, you need to own up your story. Continue ka lang. And ito yung isang bagay na gusto kong sabihin because this resonated with me when nabasa ko siya kanina actually. Sabi doon sa
Mm.
quote, I will not apologize for my strength and the way it intimidates you. I will not tame my spirit and the way it howls. I will not be less. So, gusto ko siyang i-share sa inyo. Dapat ipopost ko to sa The Bella Tribe. Pero, eto na yung
Pa-share
opportunity.
din ako.
Share mo ulit.
Share mo ulit. Pa-share both. Sa
Yes.
YGT pati sa Bella.
Ang ganda nun, especially for us women. Kasi for guys, for centuries, we are being silenced. We are always being silenced. Na babae ka kasi. For once in your life, I want you to be proud when you say, babae ako. Yun yung story na gusto ko talagang mapalitan. Yun talaga for now, in every community that I am in right now, yun yung lagi kong sinasabi din. Na we need to change our narratives about being women. We need to change that narrative na parang kasalanan natin, na babae tayo, na malakas tayo, na tayo, na mahina tayo. Ano ba yung definition ng mga yun? We need to
Mhm.
understand that. Ano yung underlying definition natin? Ang strength ba para sa atin is not crying? So, ibig sabihin, mahina ka kasi nag-cry ka. Ganun ba siya? We need to understand those things eh. So, siguro yun yung takeaway ko sa inyo ngayong session natin na parang we shared our stories. We shared how we found out about our stories and how we evolved through the stories that we had. Kaya ito na yung story namin ngayon. Kayo, alam niyo na ba yung story niyo?
Yes.
Alam niyo na ba yung starting point niyo? Or alam niyo na ba kung anong chapter na yung buhay niyo ngayon? Kasi ako feeling ko chapter 7 na ako. Char. So,
May
yun.
number talaga. Chapter 7.
Oo, kasi season 4 na yung pandemic eh. Mahilig na ako sa labels ngayon, Dar. Kasi before hindi ako mahilig.
Oo. And actually, nakakatulong yung labels kasi it's markers. Markers talaga siya na parang, okay, next phase, next phase. So parang you don't feel so bad kasi parang, ito lang kasi yung phase na yan ng buhay ko eh. Pero gagraduate din ako dyan. Lilipat na ako sa phase 2, phase 3, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. I
Yeah.
super agree. Thank you so much, Janus. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kate,
you.
for sharing your stories with everyone here, and thank you for all the work you guys do in helping our community. Maraming salamat. And thank you guys for watching us and joining us tonight. And I will catch you again tomorrow. I will do it 7 p.m. And we will be announcing the guests in our social media kasi si Belle yung may alam. And nagpapahinga pa yung team today. Sige. But thank you everyone and good night.
Good night.
Bye!
Bye.